the Negroes are not Africans. Okay, and this is something that we know, but it's still good to go over the basics, man. It's still good to go over these topics because we have new listeners every day. All right, so we have the Young's Bible Dictionary here. We went into this recently, dealing with the topic of the mark of the beast, but we're going to go into it again, dealing with the topic of who the Negroes are. To say it again, Negroes are not African, man. They're not Hamites. Okay? We're in the Young's Bible Dictionary. The definition for Ham. Now it says Ham, a son of Noah and father of Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. See further on each of these four. While they may have all been dark-skinned, they were not the forefathers of the Negroid races. See that? They were not the forefathers of the Negroid races. And when they say Negroid races, they're speaking about the people that were involved in the transatlantic slave trade, the people that were imported to the Americas, the people that were shipped to the Americas, You know what I'm saying? And the Caribbean islands. Those will be the Negroid races. And especially the so-called Negroes brought to North America. All right? So read that again. Ham, a son of Noah and father of Cush, Egypt, and Put, and Canaan. Now it says, getting to the point, while they may have all been dark-skinned, they were not the forefathers of the Negroid races, but rather of the peoples associated with Egypt in the north of the continent of Africa. All right? And that's the point. So who would the Negroid races be? The Negroid races would be Israelites, okay? And, this is just some more information for you because a lot of us, we use the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, but you can use this one as well, okay? Originally printed in 1984, but it was updated in 2007. And it's a spirit in 2007. That's when our elder apostles and elder bishops got on YouTube, man. So just some more heat for your arsenal. If you end up getting into a discussion with a Christian, which really we don't even talk to these Christians now. Really, if they approach us, we just tell them to leave. It's a waste of time. But for more edification for us, we can bring this out. Okay? You have the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary and you have the Young's Bible Dictionary. Once again, this was to show you. Originally printed in 1984, and it was updated in 2007. Okay? But yeah, hey, that's it, man. And there's a lot of information in this book. Now, the main book we need is scriptures. We don't need these other books, but it's another tool. It's something else we can use, man. But that definition of Ham is plain. They were not the forefathers of the Negroid races. So who would the Negroid races be? They will be Israelites. They are Shemitic people. We are from Noah's son Shem, and we're Israelites, man. That's plain. And once again, you had this book here, Hebrew Isms of West Africa. Excuse me. And it's by this man here, Joseph J. Williams. All right, PhD. And like I said, when I got this, I wanted to make sure I got one of the first copies. That's why it looks like this. You know, this was printed in 1930. You know, it's just on my spirit to get a lot of older books, man. I'm one of them Jakes. But yeah, man, you know, hey, you read this book, Lost Tribes and I'm about to say Lost Tribes and Promised Lands. That's another book. But you read this book, Hebrewism of West Africa, it goes into the history of the Northern Kingdom too. The American Indians, you know, which are Israelites. It mentions the Israelites that went into captivity by way of the Assyrian Empire. This book goes into that. It covers all that, you know. Once again, the main book we use is the Holy Scriptures, but the Lord does have certain information out there that we can use, you know. Now, I mentioned the book Lost Tribes and Promised Lands by Ronald Sanders. This book, Hebrewism in West Africa, gives you the same account. So, you know, I'm going to have to go back into that, man. You know, Lord Wood, that could be one of my next videos. But, you know, they mention Antonio de Montezinos, okay, which he was a, a Moreno. He was a Israelite